Well, I'm excited so many of you could hop on here with me tonight. For those of you who may be sort of new to this, I wanted to tell you that this is something that we do every week on Wednesday nights at 8:30 Central, and you are welcome to join us any of those times. If you'd like, we started doing this a few months ago, and if you would like to get caught up on some of the first ones that we did, I have after every Zoom call, I posted on my YouTube channel, so you can find older trainings without any problem. I tried in the very beginning to do them in a very specific order, so that someone who's been with the company forever or a newcomer could get on and watch the very first one and sort of go in order 1, 2, 3. So the first maybe 6 or 7 are numbered. That'll say Zoom call. If you go to my YouTube, it's like Lori Harrison on YouTube, and then you can just type in butterfly Zoom or Zoom call number 1, number 2, number 3, that type of thing. I need to tell that every time, but I forget to. I always get distracted about what's going on. So this is the follow-up call to Super Saturday. If you're on the call and you did not go to Super Saturday, raise your hand and keep it raised for 1 second. Okay, hang on a second. I want to see how many of you I'm talking to before I take off just rambling. Okay, there are a lot of you that I can't see, so it's showing me that you're there, but it's not showing me your faces. So anyway, if you are new to the Butterfly Zoom calls, welcome, and welcome to our team. We're super excited to have you guys. This is a unique business experience. It's unique in lots of ways. If all you've ever been involved with before is regular jobs that didn't have anything to do with network marketing, this is an experience. It's so many things wrapped into one, but the most exciting thing is that we can work as a team and learn things and do self-improvement and that type of thing. So here's what I want to look at with you guys tonight. Now, I know if you were at Super Saturday, you've seen this, you already have one of these. This is what the company is doing now. However, with the exception of maybe 2 of you, you weren't at my Super Saturday, so I may say something that's totally different tonight than what you learned at your Super Saturday. The likelihood of that is probably slightly slim that's going to happen, because you probably learned everything that you needed to know at your Super Saturday. But we'll just do I'm going to try to keep this first portion as like a brief recap, and then after we do the recap, I'm going to let you guys ask me questions. Now that you've had a chance to have your kid at home, look through it, maybe you have some questions. First of all, what you need to know is we've never had anything like this before. So this doesn't even replace the old one. This is like the first thing we've ever had like this. And I think it's pretty remarkable that the very first thing they came out with looks like Apple made it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, it's got a little magnet, it's slick and shiny, it's thick. It feels like, it's got some weight to it. And I'm really excited that our new people, when they join, starting the 18th, right? Do I have that right? Starting the 18th, people who join, they will get this when they order their welcome pack. This will come as part of their welcome pack. When you open it up, it says, your journey begins, and you ask yourself, what if this could change everything? Which I love. Inside it, what we did the majority of Super Saturday based on was your success guide. And beautiful color photography in here. I mean, top of the line. You'll notice that a lot of the graphics and a lot of the sidebar type stuff is actually spelled out, or numbers are spelled out with product. Like this right here, they did that with Fast Relief Cream. I just think that's so cute and funny. A lot of attention to detail. The front of the box looks like, there's actually pink drink spilled all over, and someone has spelled out Plexus in the pink drink, like you would spell it out in sand or something like that. So that's cool. The exclamation point here is the Chocolate 96. A lot of attention to detail. This lady on the very first page is who is responsible for, she made the team, or she joined a team together that put these success kits together. If you didn't put this together at your Super Saturday, you probably did, because this is pretty obvious, but just in case, that the success guide is basically where the entire Super Saturday presentation, slideshows and everything, came from. So if you're thinking, man, I wish I had that slideshow, or I wish I could train my team on it, the ones that didn't get to go, whatever, literally, it went step by step straight out of this book. So if the person that did your Super Saturday didn't have you pull your book out and follow along, it's no big deal. But that's basically, you basically have the presentation from Super Saturday inside your success guide. This should be an amazing tool that when you sponsor a new person on your team, new level 1, as soon as their kit comes in, that should be something that you say to them when they sign up. Call me when your kit comes in. And that way you can give them some pointers, walking them through their kits, expressing to them the importance of their why, those types of things that will get a person immediately engaged. And it's duplicable. I don't know if y'all heard that word at Super Saturday, but I was all like, duplicable. I didn't know that duplicable was a word until they gave us those slides, and it's apparently not duplicatable. It's duplicable. So it's extremely duplicable to be able to use this success guide and such to get your new ambassadors started out great. It has a little quick start guide in here. Be a product of the product. Get to know your new ambassador success kit. State your why. Talks about setting your business goals. Connect with your sponsor or upline. Make a Frank's list. Set up 3 face-to-face gatherings. Set up your back office. Explore the Plexus Learning Center. Get connected. Stay connected. Now, what I will say about this entire thing is they sent very, very basic information to me when I started, and probably to many of you, and I never got it out and did anything with it. No one ever actually told me to, and I'm not the kind of person that necessarily reads a manual. So this, I want to tell you the difference between the stuff that, or the main difference between the stuff that I got, which was hardly anything, like some magnets and, you know, a little time. There was a success guide of sorts. It just wasn't as good as this one. This thing needs to be all marked up and highlighted up. You need to use this thing, and you need to encourage your downline to use this thing to get their businesses started, to get them rolling. How often do you sponsor a new ambassador and the first thing they say is, I just don't know what to do first? And that's the first thing that they should do. These, and I'm sure your people at your Super Saturdays pointed this out to you. Mine are in the wrong order now because I messed with them, but these little not flip cards, they're like flashcards, okay? They're intended so that you can actually hold one up. If you were setting a coffee with someone or whatever, you could show them the front and literally read off the back of it. The back is talking about what they're looking at on the front. So this is kind of like another way that you could do a little non-PowerPoint presentation to someone. These are super handy, by the way. If you were to get in a conversation with someone and you're thinking, gosh, I don't know the answer to that, a lot of your answers will be found on these flashcards. I love the little thank you notes. Hopefully we'll eventually get those thank you cards and stuff that we can order. Also these brochures that say, the ones that say, what if this could change everything? Opportunity brochures, I guess is what they're considered to be. They go through the compensation plan in a simple way that you could explain it to pretty much anybody that you were wanting to talk to about the business. And then your bracelet, and I don't know if did anybody that's on this call, were any of you at a Super Saturday that actually got the card that was from Tarl in your box? Somebody did. Okay. Does anybody have one handy? So, and was it Audible? Was it something? Okay. If somebody has one handy, I would love to hear, I would love everybody else to hear what they do. because they didn't have them at ours. That they didn't make it in time. Okay, hang on, Jeff.
I'm Carl Robinson, your CEO. And on behalf of everyone here at Home Office in Scottsdale, Arizona, and our ambassadors across the globe, we're glad you're joining the team. We can't wait to see where you're going to go with this opportunity. Congratulations on joining the One Plexus family, and ask yourself this: what if this could change everything?
Okay, cool. I didn't know what it was going to do, but that's cool. It's a message from Tarl, who is the CEO of the company. So, and also on the back of these boxes, I didn't even know this until I got home. It has a disclaimer on there, which is super cute, that I posted. It just says, this product has been reviewed and approved by a growing number of men and women who decided that they love Plexus. People who have taken Plexus products and those who have become Plexus ambassadors may demonstrate an increase in happiness and general joy in life, an increase in financial possibilities, and a potential to increase free time with family. Side effects may include an increase in fulfilling relationships, a general trend toward optimum weight, and conceivable increase in overall health and money. If you experience any of these, please consult your friends and don't hesitate to share the opportunity with them. So, okay. You guys like these things, right? This is like the coolest thing we've had in forever. I'm really excited about them. I plan to do probably not today and maybe not tomorrow, but very soon I plan to do a video that is just a general, once I get a better grasp of the order to talk about it in a video that would be short, to sort of do a short one for the butterfly page that will basically just be, this is what you do as soon as your success kit comes in. And it'll go through and show them exactly what their success kit is intended to do. The reason I'm telling you that I'm doing it is I highly encourage you guys to do it for your smaller teams as well, because everybody would like to see your faces more than they'd like to see my face if they know you better than they know me. Okay. Now, I do want to open up to questions about, let's keep it centered on this for right now. Does anybody have any specific questions about the success kit? And if you do, you'll have to unmute yourself. For real? Or chat, one of the two. Anyone? No one. That is amazing. Y'all must have had the most amazing Super Saturdays that I can think of. If nobody has a single solitary question, that's actually really good. I did want to tell you some of the, some of the other things that I talked about. Hang on a second. Does the kit price go up? I believe that the kit price, if you're an ambassador and you want one of these and you didn't go to Super Saturday so you don't already have one, or if you need another one for whatever reason, Jetty, are they going to be 17 something? 16.95 maybe? Oh, $16.99. Dana says they're $16.99. So you'll be able to order them for $16.99. You do think it may go up? Oh, he doesn't know. We don't know. So that starts February 1st, I believe. Your ambassadors will get one included if they get a welcome pack when they sign up, starting January 18th. But February 1st is when they'll be available for everyone. Oh, will the welcome packs go up? They're asking. I don't think, no, welcome packs are just what you pay for the price of the product. So, but if you get a welcome pack, you will get the success kit as part of it, basically. So,
Lori?
Yes.
Kim had a question. She said that something about a DVD inside the front cover if she didn't get one.
Okay, yes. I think most people didn't. Did anybody get a DVD in it? Okay. I think that they had a problem with like finalizing the DVDs in time for Super Saturday. Let me back up and say this. They originally told us that we weren't going to get the kits on Super Saturday. They told us that their registration price paid for you to get one, but they weren't going to have them ready in time to actually distribute to people, which I got there, and the night before, there were no kits. And the guy kept looking for the party planner guy. He kept looking for, he says, how big will this be? And I'm like, it's a pallet worth or 2 pallets worth. I mean, there's hundreds of kits that are this big, you know? And so I thought it looked like maybe that Portland, Oregon wasn't going to get theirs. That's how they were having to expedite the shipping to make sure everybody got one. If you were missing, if you're missing that from it, don't worry. We will get that. Hang on. Somebody else is saying something else. Welcome, Pastor Free. That's why we didn't get one. Okay, I don't know. I think they're going to try to send everybody out one later. So everybody who got one already got the pack at Super Saturday, I think they're going to try to send everybody one. Probably just get it in the mail. So let's see if there's other questions. Just one second. Yeah, the only reason people really knew that there was supposed to be a DVD in there is because there's that handy dandy checklist that tells you everything that's in the kit, and people were like, I didn't get one. And so that's why I was like, oh, I don't know why. Don't know why that's not in there. The truth is, if you went to a Super Saturday and it was amazingly successful and you walked away with lots of awesome information, you should be surprised and amazed because we got our success kits the same time most of you got yours. And we were training on the success kits, the ones who were trainers. Now we had the presentation material ahead of time, but we didn't really know. We had not actually seen the materials ourselves. So I was excited that everything went off without a hitch in all these different locations because a lot of us had been communicating with each other throughout this time. Corporate worked really hard to make sure that we got what we needed for that you guys got your kits on time, that kind of good stuff. Let me look at my notes really quick because I had one other topic I wanted to cover, but I've already forgotten what it was. Just a minute. Oh, yes, I need to say, the Back to the Basics training series that I have going on the Butterfly page, it's the 4, right now I have 4 videos on there that I have been doing. I'm going to be adding to those every few days. I'm going to add new videos, and I'm going to try to keep the list going so that you can just click down through those videos. I'm keeping them short, and that should be another training tool that you would have to be able to send to new ambassadors is this list of videos that we have. It's just, I'm trying to keep them short to where it's like the first one's about Candida, the second one's about how to do engaging Facebook posts. I'm probably saying them out of order, but they're short and they give you just enough information in a short amount of time so that you don't have to feel like you have to swim through an entire video to get like 2 nuggets of information, basically. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Convention credits. That's what I was trying to get around to, and I don't know how I forgot about that. But here's what you need to know about convention credits. I also just saw these at the same time you guys did today. So, hang on a second, I'm going to pull that up. So, convention contest has begun. If you've not seen that yet, basically what's happening is convention happens in June. Between now and June, you have the opportunity to earn credits to win both cash, travel vouchers, and other type prizes while you're at convention. Hang on. And so they do a contest and they give you credits based on your work during from January. It always retros back from January 1st. It looks like it's going to go through May the 14th. So basically, when you sponsor a new ambassador with a welcome pack, Yourself and any of your levels 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, you get 10 credits for each of those. So as your team builds, you are getting 10 credits for every time you sponsor someone, and if there's someone new comes in on your 2, 3, or 4 level. New personally sponsored retail or preferred customers with an initial order of 50 PV or more, that's also 10 credits. And then the personal volume thing. Each month, January, February, March, and April, this one doesn't go through May. So this month and the next 3 months, you get, if you have 200 to 499.99 PV, you get 20 credits. 500 to, if you're worried about this, there's a graphic that has this information on it, but I want to put it out there so if anybody has a question, we can cover it. 500 to 999.99 PV is 75 credits. 1,000 PV to 2499.99 is 150 credits, and 2,500 PV and up is 300 credits. So the PV is very important for those of you who are wanting to win big prizes for convention. And then it gives you the prizes. It says 200 credits. You'll be entered to win a VIP access, and Emerald and above are not considered for that particular prize. 450 credits, you get a $100 registration voucher. 875 credits, winner's dinner. They're going to limit this one to 1,250 attendees plus 1 guest each. So the first 750 ambassadors to achieve 875 credits gets guaranteed ticket. The next 500 ambassadors will be chosen randomly in a drawing from remaining ambassadors at 875 plus credits at the end of the contest. If an ambassador reaches 875 credits or more and does not have guaranteed ticket, nor wins one in the drawing, they'll be awarded $200 to compensate for the winner's dinner. If you get 1,600 credits, you get a $300 travel voucher. 3,500 credits, you get the black tie gala, whatever you say, depends on where you're from. It's a fancy schmancy party to get to go to, and it also includes your Sunday night hotel stay. If you get 5,000 credits, it's $3,000. If you get 8,000 credits, you get to choose from the luxury jewelry platter, which is always very luxurious. And I'm not joking. It's always like fancy diamond tennis bracelets and earrings, Rolex watches, that kind of cool stuff. So, okay, top 30 credit earners get upgraded to a suite. And if you are in the top 10 of the following categories during the contest period, you get special recognition, awards, and cash. And that's if you're top 10 enrollers, top 10 overall PV, not counted for May, and top 10 new personally sponsored preferred customers. So, okay, that's basically, we've done the convention contest in a nutshell here over the call, but hang on a second, I'm going back through really quick. If you have questions throughout the contest period, don't hesitate to reach out. If you have a team and you do not run some sort of contest based upon this contest, you've lost your marbles. Okay? You need to do some sort of incentive to get your team excited about the convention, excited about going to convention, and excited because the more they're working, the more likely you are all to be able to reach your goals. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. I know this is all very basic information for some of you who've already been to convention before, but here's what I can say. If you've never been to convention, you need to be. You need to go. You need to do everything you can to go to convention. If you have been to convention, you already know that. You want your team there. It's an experience that, especially this year, it's going to be in Vegas. So I'm sort of like every year that my mind has been blown by convention in the past, I just think about the fact that now they're going to do it in Vegas. They already put on a Vegas type show. I don't know what your mind thinks of when you think of Vegas. I've never been, so I may be lying to you, but they already put on a phenomenal Like the sound, the lights, everything is already awesome and top of the line. So the fact that they're going to be doing it in the place where all of that stuff is already, taken care of, that's their specialty. I can't imagine. I will tell you a brief story because I can't really be on a Zoom call without sharing a story. I can't remember what year it was, nor do I remember what city we were in. Somebody will tell me the minute I start on this, somebody who's been to convention with me before, but I remember one year they had I feel like it was like these gauze things hanging everywhere, and there were lights within them, and someone comes out on a violin and they begin playing. Anybody know which convention that was? Was that Dallas? Was it Dallas? It was. It feels like it was an opening session. It may have been at the opening part of the ending session, but it was opening session, wasn't it? And playing the violin just so somebody says maybe it was New Orleans. I don't know. No, I don't know. Regardless, it was all of a sudden the gauzy stuff drops and it's like a symphony of it. And I just remember I'm a crybaby about things, but I thought I don't really get caught up in theatrics, to be honest with you. I get more caught up in people's emotions and their stories and that type of thing. So the theatrics of it, I've seen so much theatrics in my life that I didn't know, I never dreamed. But I just remember standing there and all of a sudden tears are just leaking down my face. And it's just because of everything that this company offers and all the people that are there that are all have huge hopes and dreams, and we're all joined for a common purpose. And then they pull out the violins on top of that. It was just like they might as well, I don't know. It was amazing. It was incredible. Okay, I'm going to really quick again. I'm going to look at the chat. It's the same. Dana and I have been to all the same conventions, the same number and all of them. And we both went to our first convention the first year, the same one. And she's like, I can't remember what was when. Me either on a lot of them, but they've all been amazing. And they always have amazing speakers. And it's not always a bunch of fluff and puff. It's really good stuff. And so you really need to do what you need to do to try to get convention and try to get your team to consider going to convention. Okay. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Does anybody else have another question about convention or about the contest? Okay. I will tell you that I have a contest going on. Depending on how big your team is, you can do a contest for your whole team. You can do a contest for your level 1s. You can do a contest for your levels 1 through 3. Hey, we tossed that name in the hat, Aaron. I did. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but that was the name. They asked for names, and I was like, hands down, Brene Brown. We need her. Amazing. So anyway, so I don't know who will be speaking this year, but last year it was Les Brown, and he was just amazing. I didn't even know he was that amazing until, it happened. And I was like, oh my gosh, just over the top, incredible. So, what was I saying? So I was talking about my team, talking about my levels 1 through 3. I'm doing a contest for them. And I sort of knew, just based on previous experience, what the convention contest would sort of look like and the credits would look like. And I tried to base a contest based around that it would be working hand in hand. So I have a prize. I have one contest that's lengthy that's going on right now that's going to last all during the convention contest. But I'm actually putting together another one that's just going to last from right now until Valentine's Day that they don't know about, that I don't know if I'm going to do it, maybe for my level 1s or something. But basically, the reason I'm telling you guys about this, because so many of you are on the butterfly page and you may not be a level 1 to me, and you may not be a level 1 to 3 to me. Erin's hoping it's not just level 1s. I see her grinding her teeth at me. Anyway, she's like, if it's a really good prize, we'll show it to everyone, Erin. We'll show it to everyone. She's like, no, I don't want to see it. Anyway, The reason I'm telling you that is because when I first started with Plexus, I didn't even know that they did that. I didn't know teams were doing that. I didn't know that. When I heard Sarah Marble say one time, I'm going to give away a such and such. And I was like, how do you pick if somebody, who, she's like, I just offer that to my level ones or my level 1 through 3 or whatever. And I was like, how do you do that even? Well, here's something that's very important. This back office that's given us some headaches recently is eventually going to have the capability to where you can send whatever you want, voice messages, emails, graphics, YouTube videos to just your level 1s or your levels 1 through 3 or just your ambassadors that live in Oklahoma. Your back office will eventually, select for you according to what demographics you give it or what parameters you give it. And you'll be able to contact and say, hey, I'm going to be in Tulsa. If anybody wants to do lunch, I'm doing a meeting in Albuquerque. And if anybody in that area, and you'll send messages just out to people who live in Albuquerque. And the bigger your team gets, the more you will realize how relevant the ability to do something like that is, to communicate with people with, even like if you could send out something to all new level 2 and 3 ambassadors, just basically introducing yourself, not really, you don't want to intrude. That's a huge thing. If you are reaching out to people that you don't know that belong to other people, you want to introduce yourself and make yourself available, but you don't want to be like bossing other people's people around so that your level 1s can be leaders. Does that make sense? And you don't want to be reaching out and, telling them what to do or whatever, but you do want to make yourself available. And so eventually this back office is going to have the capability to where you can reach out to your level 2s and level 3s or whatever you want to do, basically. Introduce yourself. Maybe you make some sort of welcome video. By the way, I want to congratulate all you people who are in my contest that I'm running currently, who are doing videos that don't normally do videos, and I'm super excited, and I want all of you that are, if you see people doing videos that you're like, gosh, I didn't know she did videos, you may want to go like or comment on her video because she's probably doing it under duress. Against their will because they're trying to win a contest. So they're getting points for these videos. So they may look really just as comfortable as they can be, and they may be all like, you got to be kidding me, but I do want to win this contest. So if you see people that you don't usually see their faces going rah, 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 like this, and you're like, that's a video, you should go say something on their videos. There's several of you. I'm only looking at page 1 of the Zoom people tonight, and I've got several. I'm like, there's like 1, 2, there's like 5 of you that I've seen do it this week that never does videos, and I'm loving it. It's amazing. Once you get started doing videos, you'll never go back. Once your team starts to connect with you through a video source, you'll be like, why did I not do this sooner? So, okay. I'm going to do one more time for questions. I've given you plenty of time of rattling to see. Let's see if anybody else has a question. I feel like there's another success kit question in something I was going to answer, but I can't think what it was. They're going to be the videos from Super Saturday and the PowerPoints are all going to be available to us in our back office. So if you want to use the PowerPoint while training on the success kit with your new people, you'll be able to do that. Hang on.
When are they going to be available?
What's that?
When are they going to be available?
Ask the moon. The moon knows the answer to that. I have no idea. I really wish I knew. Actually, I think they were like making some final changes. Like I know that they did the compensation plan video that they put out. That's just like Chris McCall is in it. That video. Okay. Well, that was put together very last minute. And I know that they were wanting to fine tune it. They wanted to show it to us at Super Saturday so that we would know what we had. But then they wanted to fine tune some of those before they actually put it out for good. So I'm hoping very soon. I know this much. The people that are on the Jules page are harping about it enough that we ought to have it really soon. All of those videos that were Super Saturday. I thought we had great, super. I know they've already put Victor Antonio's videos out because his were already packaged and ready. But I think all of them should be out very soon. Okay.
Did they give you a specific date on when they can order the thank you cards and stuff?
They didn't give us a date on that either.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm just going to quit asking questions.
Aaron, quit asking questions. I'm just kidding.
You could only be so lucky.
If you're going to ask something you know that I know the answer to. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say don't do that.
Okay. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to cover tonight. Let me just allow me 1 minute to see here. If you're not utilizing the testimony posts where the link where I have asked people for testimonies, if that's not one of your number one business building tools when you reach out to people, you're missing out. Huge missing out. That is like my number one business building tool when someone comes to me with a question regarding the products and sometimes even the business, because there are also where I've asked for testimonies in regards to the business or in regards to people overcoming financial burdens, those types of things. And people reading other people's stories in bulk like that, to me, is way better than sending them to the website. They can see that it's real people on Facebook telling their stories. And honestly, I don't know if those will be around forever. So use them while you can. I mean, I don't know. We're going to pray that they're around forever, but you never know, if that makes sense. Compliance-wise, I don't know. For now, they're there, though, so get after it. What's that?
Oh.
Okay. Feel like there was something else, but I'll probably think of it the minute we hang up. Anyway. Okay, so yes.
Laura asked if you're going to teach us how to do videos.
If I'm going to teach you how to do videos?
That's what Laura asked.
Okay. Okay. So somebody is speaking Spanish to me. Oh, they're doing flashcards. Ha! I'm serious. Somebody is showing me Spanish flashcards. It said La Casa, and they turned it around. It said the apartment. Hang on a minute. They're telling me something else. I don't know what that said. I don't know. I guess somebody's learning Spanish. Okay. If I'm going to teach you how to do videos, tell me specifically what you need to know. I do it with my phone. Okay, first of all, this is me. This is just how I do it. I have to move. Oh, I have another funny story to tell. Y'all just made me think of a funny story. So someone said to me the other day that basically that my videos would be a lot better. Hang on a minute. I'm going to mute everybody again. My videos would be a lot better if I didn't move around so much. That all the moving around gets distracting. So immediately my brain tucks its tail. Well, my heart does. My heart tucks its tail and is like, I wish I could do a video that would be perfect like whoever, fill in the blank. And I never moved around. And I wish my house was really, really clean all the time. And you didn't get to see all my stuff all over the place. And my brain immediately goes into that place. And do you know what I said back to the person? Because first of all, do you know the definition of what a person like that is? That's a bully. Anybody who wants to criticize and they don't really have they have ill intent, that's just someone who wants to bully. So I first of all prayed about it so that I didn't come across as rude, but I just answered them back if they would kindly show me how it's done. Because they don't do videos. And I know they never will. So there's the answer to questions like that. If you do a video and anybody has anything tacky to say to you about your videos, you say, perhaps you could show me how you do it. Because rather than explain in the fact that I have to be walking around to have great stream of consciousness or whatever it is, like my ideas flow better if I'm walking around. I thought I could just explain myself, or I could just ask them if they would like to show me how they think I should do a video. They never messaged me back ever, like at all. So just when you start thinking, gosh, people are going to criticize your videos, that's happened to me like once to my face. They may say it behind my back. I don't know. But what they think about me is not my business, right? Hang on a second. Somebody says they didn't think that they were being a bully. Well, this particular person was. So I understand that someone could maybe say to me that and not be being a bully. That particular thing would not necessarily make them a bully, because someone could say, hey, you move around a lot in those videos and it makes me dizzy. Because I've had that said to me before, lots, actually, honestly. This is just a person that I happen to know really enjoyed the sting that was delivered with that message. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So yeah, someone said, yeah, I have to close my eyes when they're watching my videos because I go in circles. Okay. Hang on a second. Mostly, I don't want you sitting around worried about what people are going to think about your videos. I do it like this. I literally walk around with my phone like this. I point it toward me so I can see what you're seeing in the background. And I hit record, and that's how I do videos. The way to make them good or engaging is to do a few. I don't know how many I did that were like just boring, stumbled through, messed them up. I don't know how many times I did rough drafts that never turned into a final product because I would get frustrated and wouldn't post them. I've messed up more videos than I've done well. And I've gotten to the point that if I mess up, I just keep talking and finish the video and post it anyway. Like what I would have considered to be a mess up, because I used to be more, I have this like notion in my head that if you're going to put something out there for the world to see, it should have at least a smidgen of you, like you look like you tried to make it perfect. But what I've noticed with people, especially with my team, is if I make a video, see, I have photography experience, so I actually could do a setup with lights and everything, and I could make a video that looks relatively perfect, that the world might love and might not make anybody motion sick. But the fact is, that is not duplicatable. Many of you would watch that video and be like, oh, I'm never going to do a video. I don't know how she does all that. It'd be like me asking some of you guys to take a picture the way I take pictures, because that's what I've done for a living. So I think that the key to doing videos is to come up with a topic that's engaging and be engaging. And also to be real. The more you can be real, the more people are going to receive from you. That's what I believe. So hang on a second. Yes.
On the success guide that you were talking about in chapter 4, page 35, it actually gives some pretty good hints in there about making videos.
Okay.
And even gives kind of a sentence about maybe how to start and address, your audience. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. They put that in the success guide about making videos. So I just thought I'd.
Okay. No, that's interesting. I didn't even know this. So hang on a minute.
I'm sneaking behind him.
Yeah, what your video is about, that's one thing about in the very beginning. I usually will say, I want to talk to you guys for a minute about such and such. That way you can let people off the hook immediately that are like, no, I'm not interested in that. Because sometimes I just do videos that are funny about my house or about my kids or something like that. What's in it for them, why they should continue to watch. Your video has to capture your audience in the first few seconds. Use those first seconds to compel them to keep watching. Yeah, that's good stuff. Chapter 4, page 35.
Of what book?
The success guide. Yes, the success guide that you got. One thing about using YouTube and Facebook together hand in hand, if you're making it for your team and it's going to go in a group page, then you can post it on YouTube and then post the link to your group page. If you're just going to post it on your wall when you're finished with it, just post it on your wall. Don't post it to YouTube first, or don't load it to YouTube first, because Facebook does not give YouTube the airtime amongst your friends list that it gives to videos that are loaded straight to Facebook, because those are competing companies. Does that make sense? So if you post it to YouTube, now if you're posting it in a group, you've got a confined group of people that are going to see it. That's different. But if you're just going to post it on your wall, if you use YouTube to do that, if your goal is to get it to people on Facebook, you've shot yourself in the foot. Now, if you're emailing it to people, you can email a YouTube link to people, and that's different because it's going to get airtime because they opened their email. But since Facebook only shows your whatever post that you've posted to 20% of your, and that may be an old number, but it used to be 20% of the people on your friends list, then it's actually a much lower number of people that will see it if it comes from a YouTube link. That's why my videos just look like they're just stuck in Facebook on my wall. They are stuck there. And it's, as you scroll, you see it moves and talks. Even though you can't hear it, you can see that the video has started. That is that's a Facebook video. Hang on, now I'm gonna look at the questions again because we're getting into stuff that's really interesting to me.
Can I ask a quick question, Lori?
Yes.
Something that you said was, and I understand you said it was an old figure, the 20%.
Yes.
But that just caused me to think, I've got hundreds of Plexus ambassador friends. If they are showing it to 20% of your friends list, and you have a huge percentage of your friends on your personal page being Plexus ambassadors, that even shrinks the number of your friends, your personal friends, from seeing anything that you post, because of that 20%, those Plexus ambassadors are included. Is that right?
That is right. And that is why the video that I put out about an edifying list will change that for you. It will change which people that's like. For me, it doesn't matter what I do, because the majority of my friends list are Plexus people. I scroll and it's like watching one big Plexus ad roll past I'm very few that are not. And honestly, the majority of my friends and family that would not necessarily be connected to me through Plexus, many of them are ambassadors as well. So there's a lot of pink in my Facebook. But the ones that I'm prospecting, I'm just curious, first of all, if I have a brand new person that just signed up today. If you didn't go look at the post that I made today, you need to go look at the post that I made today. I'm going to say that much. The one that said, hang on a second. I'm just going to tell you the first few words of it so you don't have to ask me, oh, is it this one? Is it this one? There's this special person. That's how it starts. You need to go look at that post. That was a fruitful post for me today. Also, the edifying list got me a long ways with that post. Does that make sense? Okay. The fact that I had been edifying people over the last few weeks, a lot of those same people are the ones that ask me questions in regards to that post. So that is true. When you're trying to reach a certain group of people and you're not seeing their post often, you have to force Facebook to see you as friends. And the way you do that is by doing the edifying technique, which I don't need to go into tonight, but it's in my Back to the Basic. I think one of the videos in my Back to the Basics is about that. If not, I need to make a video. I definitely have a video out there about it. It may not be on the brand new ones. I can't remember. Let me look at the questions one more time. Okay, Shelby says, oh, hang on a second. Someone else says, all you have to do for friends to see your video is go to friends list and check mark people who need to see your video. Okay. I can't see who that is that's saying that, but I have a question about that. Are you meaning that you go to the friends list and send it out only to, like you select only, you customize a list and you only send it out to friends? Is that what you're saying? I don't know who it is. It says iPhone to everyone. Okay, until they answer me, I'm going to go back and answer the next question. I do know you can do that. You can send out, okay, Laura, can you tell me, is that what you meant? You can go where there's the public, where it has the little, the globe on Facebook. Okay.
What were you asking me?
Yes. Was it you that said that, Laura?
What was it I said?
No, I think it was Laura Hughes. Laura Hughes.
Okay, maybe the other one. All I said was it was awesome because I saw what you put and I saw how they responded and I was like, oh, that's so good.
Okay. Okay, Laura Hughes. What did you say about the... I can't hear her. Okay, I know you can click the little public where it says public about who your friends, who are seeing your post, and you can change it to custom, and you can either include or exclude certain people. Let's say if you were going to buy a birthday gift for your mom and you didn't want her, you needed ideas, you can exclude her from seeing a post. You can include only people you went to high school with. You can make lists out of your friends list. You can go in there and be like, these are people I went to high school with, these are people I went to college with, these are people I work with, and then you can choose groups to send certain posts out to. That's not necessarily saying that every single one of those people will see it, but the likelihood that they'll see it is much higher. Now hang on a second. No, if they're Harley doing it the way I just described doesn't tag them. If you tag them though, it will obviously tag them. Yes, check. Make people who need to see your list, because somebody was, okay, the same person, she's saying, oh, yes, check mark people who need to see your list because she gets lots of Plexus already. Yes, that makes sense. Here's the other question. When posting something on Facebook, asking friends to comment yes, giving permission for me or the person posting the status to post a status to their page regarding Plexus, what is a good post to share? Well, okay, I'd have to think about that. Let me give you some pointers on doing that, though. I'll come up with a good post for it. Try to help you come up with a good post for it. I think you need to ask for them I think you need to ask them permission to post something on their wall. No, to send them a message and have them share it themselves, have them post it on their wall. My friend so-and-so, because if you share it on their wall, only friends in common have a chance of seeing it. Does that make sense? So, and the likelihood of very many people seeing it is low, because the reason I know this is because if I go to one of your walls and say, hey, can you send me that article on such and such? It may get 2 likes on it. So there's not very many people seeing that. But if I were to send one of you a message and say, Pam, will you share this message on your wall, cut and paste it and post it on your wall? My friend Lori Harrison does this. She's, blah, blah. If you'd like to answer more questions, use the referral language that I gave you guys the other day that many of you did. You were like, yeah, that worked for me. Many of you who sent stuff out to get referrals actually ended up getting the person who you were trying to get referrals out of, they actually became interested in what you do. Does that make sense? So you send them a message, and if they give you permission to post something on your wall, and you say, I'll send you a 3-day trial pack if you post it on their wall. Don't give something to somebody for you posting it on their wall, because not very many people are going to see it. But if you ask them to post it themselves and tag you in it, does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling a lot, but that, I promise you, that is way more effective use of asking someone permission and giving them something in return for it. Okay, is it better to post our videos or post to our business page? Everything, unless you're paying for business ads, unless you're paying Facebook ads, everything is better to post on your personal wall. That's not always been the case, but it is the case now. You have to be careful. You don't want to post your link a bunch, because then Facebook starts taking back your credibility as just a personal profile. They'll start not showing your stuff to as many people if they think you're spamming. But posting your stuff on your wall instead of your business wall. Now, it's fine to have a business wall, but the business wall gets absolutely no coverage unless you're paying for coverage. Does that make sense? That's why you'll post something on your business wall and get, 5 likes. And if you post it on your personal wall, you're more likely to get 100 likes. Okay. Hang on, one question. I asked who would use Plex if it was free, got some feedback. Not sure what to say next. Okay. What I would say but next is I would say I can teach you how, if you had 3 or 4 customers that your products would be paid for, is that something you'd be interested in learning about? Does that make sense? Okay, we've gone over time tonight. Hang on one second. How do we use the testimonies effectively? Okay, the testimonies are for people who reach out to you in regards to, any particular health issue. You can take those testimonies, copy and paste, because they're alphabetically listed, copy and paste those testimony links, the links to the testimonies, into a private message to that person, and say, hey, when you have a chance, read through these and see if any of them stand out to you, sound really close to your particular situation. And then if they don't respond back to you in a day or two, say, hey, have you had a chance to look at those links? I'm going to tell you right now, don't get me on my passion horse. It's too late at night, but you are literally standing on the edge of changing someone's life or not, depending on whether you may follow up on a question like that, because we all get distracted. And if you take it personal and you put on your pity party pants and you're like, she didn't answer me back, she's probably mad at me. I always say, well, you're making that crap up. If you're making something up, you might as well make it up good and say, well, she didn't answer me back because she's probably curing cancer. She's probably doing something amazing. She's probably out, having a baby. There's no telling what someone might be doing while they're not answering you back. So don't worry about being a pest. When you think about reaching back out to someone, you need to think about the fact, what if no one had ever reached back out to you? Or what if you had never found Plexus? Hang on a minute. The link to the testimonies can be found on the Butterfly page, or if you're not a Butterfly, they can be found on my wall under my cover photos on the right. You have to do this on a computer. If you're ever you're like, I can't find it. It's on the right-hand side under my cover photos. You click more and you go down to notes. And that's where all the testimony links can always be found. I try to keep that list current. Hang on a second. Someone's asking me a question privately. I'm going to see if it's something I can answer. Yes. Remind me, the person who asked me that private question, remind me after this and I'll find it for you. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. So it can't be done from a phone. Somebody asked, let me think what they're, okay. finding the testimonies can be found on the phone if you go to the butterfly page and you look through, if you look through the group in the files portion, you have to click the cover photo at the top of the butterfly page or info at the top of the butterfly page, find the files, and you can go down and you find Lori's categorized testimony posts. It can happen from a phone. I'm basically said that other way in case other people watch this when it's on YouTube. That way I don't get 100,000 messages from people wanting to know what I'm talking about because it's on the butterfly page. Okay. Okay, Canva's smartphone if you log in online. That's right. You can do almost anything on Facebook the exact same way you do it on a laptop from your phone. If instead of using the app to get on Facebook, if you'll use it, go into Safari or whatever and log into Facebook. Okay. If you guys have a question I have not covered tonight, message me after the call or put it on the butterfly page. Actually, if it's a question that's not private, put it on the butterfly page and I'll be happy to answer it there. That way maybe everyone can get their question answered. I feel like I'm stumbling over my words at this point tonight, but okay. Does anybody have start to ask for prayer requests? I'm going to ask for prayer requests. I'm going to pray over everybody tonight. If you're not a person that prays, you can hang around or you don't have to hang around, but I'm going to tell you, I think you'll be blessed if you hang around. Anybody have a particular prayer request, or if anybody just wants to lift up nobody's taking me up on that, that's fine. If you guys will actually lift your own prayer requests up tonight, okay? We're going to do the thing that we do. Remember that what we're fixing to do, there's no magic in it. I'm just trying to get you out of your head so that you're not constantly concentrating on the white noise that we have in our head. So put your fingers right here on your heart and just close your eyes and slow down your breathing for a second so we can concentrate on your heart instead of your head. Slow your breathing down. And while I'm praying, I just want you to be thinking about things that you're grateful for. Anything that you're grateful for. Lord, we come to you tonight recognizing your amazing and holy power, that you are the one and only King of Kings, Father, and we lift you up. We love your holy, glorious light and the way that you shine it down on us. So grateful for the way that you perfect us every single day. You put things in our path to show us what your plan is for us in our lives. Tonight, I just pray over anybody out there who's in pain, who's struggling, who has any kind of hurt. Lord, that you would just shine your grace down on them in a way that they can feel your mercy and your love. We're grateful for all the blessings that you put in our lives. I'm grateful for the direction that you give us in everything. We're grateful for our families. Grateful that you give us these opportunities to reach into other people's lives and share what we know. Thankful for that. I pray over all the marriages in this team, the marital bonds, that they would be ever strong, Anybody who has a marriage that's struggling, I just pray your blessings over it. And I pray that we that we realize our weakness and that we reach out to you for strength in everything, in our marriages, in our businesses, that we realize that you are our strength, that you are eternal. I pray that we're always brave, that you give us courage to reach out in your name when people feel like life is failing and things are out of control and they lose a loved one or they're struggling with disease. I pray that you use me, that you use one of us, any of us, powerfully to minister to those people for your kingdom. I pray protection over every single person on this team, divine, anointed, amazing, angelic protection over our families and over our loved ones. That as our lives every single day become more and more centered in you, Lord, that your protection is evident in everything. We love you. We magnify your name, and we're so grateful for your Son. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, you guys, I'm going to check the chat one more time, and then I have one more thing to say. Oh, yeah. Bless your hearts. Okay. I'm going to be praying over these particular requests. I'm going to cut and paste them real quick so I don't lose them. Hang on one second. I don't want to lose these. Oh, yeah. So, okay. One last thing. If you're in mine or Jetty's levels 1 through 3, and you're on this call still, right now, take a picture of the screen and send it put it in your category where you're tallying your points for the contest that we're doing, for the Leaders Retreat that we're doing. Take a picture of the screen, because we're going to add 2 points to your thing for being on and staying all the way into the call tonight. And these points are not super easy to come by, so 2 points is not, it's nothing to be crying about. So next week, by the way, I have some prizes that I'm going to give away on the Zoom, so get your people on the call. It'll be not just levels 1 through 3. So, all right, toodaloo. You guys have a super night. Love you guys.